A new study finds that despite women making less money than men, more single women in the U.S. own homes than single men, thanks to a phenomenon economists call divorce.
Listen up, troops. Growing up ain't the same as settling down. Settling down is when a guy loses his fire, thinking he's snagged the best he'll ever get, and trades all his adventures to keep it. This ain't about maturity, it's about surrender. Now, here's the twist. Women live it up early on, then push men to settle down. Society's in on this too, pushing the settle down agenda because it sells. Catering to what women want is a money-making machine. So, the narrative is all about taming the wild, making men ditch their dreams for a domestic life that's supposed to be the mature choice. But let's get real. Perfect men don't settle. They don't have to. It's the low-value guys who think they need to lock themselves down to keep a woman loyal. No real man wants to be stuck at home, ditching his freedom for Netflix and chill, pretending to like weekend trips to IKEA. But society and the fear of losing their woman push these men to live a life they don't want, just to keep her loyal. Men are taught to want a loyal partner. It's deep in our nature, but only the desperate ones think they need to give up everything to get that loyalty. That's the cold, hard truth. So don't be fooled by the settle-down scam. In the West, when you get married as a man to a woman, you are signing a contract with someone who is incentivized and rewarded to break it. Listen up. Here's the deal. When a man's been with a woman for some time, she starts thinking it's high time he decided on marrying her. If he doesn't, she might turn up the heat, using emotions to sway him. The ladies don't know this, but this ain't the smartest move. Now these guys are often torn. They care about their partners, but fear the big change marriage brings. And society doesn't care what the man wants or what the woman does. He just has to man up and marry her, because if not, he is immature. Here's an analogy for you. Ever seen a man chase a woman he's not really into just because he's got urges? All the time, right? Modern men are actually so lonely that they actually believe that any girl that likes them is a good girl. He's focused on one thing only, because that's all he's after. If there was more to it, like mutual respect or shared goals, he'd be interested in more than just the physical, right? Now flip the script. When a woman pressures a man to marry, it's similar. If she was truly happy with how things are, enjoying their life together, she wouldn't be pushing so hard. Being pushy risks rocking the boat, and sometimes it leads to falling out. But if marriage is all she's not getting, that's what she'll focus on. Remember, folks, a relationship ain't a one-way street. Both sides need to see the value in it. Men, if a woman is all about getting that ring without giving much in return, think hard. What's in it for you? What are you risking? It's not personal for her, it's business. You don't want a woman who sees you as business. You want a woman who is completely and utterly in love with you and has genuine burning desire. Now, being pushy isn't exclusive to women. Men can be the same about other things. The key is balance. If someone seems desperate, they're less attractive. Like in love, in business, the less you appear to need something, the more you're likely to get it. This is why women hate needy men, and men ghost women after they finally put out. In the end, both men and women play this game. Those who seem less eager, whether it's about sex or marriage, often end up getting what they want. It's about making the other person feel safe and valued, not pressured or cornered. But for most men, the cornered aspect is where you will end up, because it's not just you and her. It's her and an entire society putting the pressure on you. And what exactly is going to happen when you cave and marry her? Will she stay the same? Will she get better? Make no mistake, we're diving deep into what's known as the bait and switch in relationships. This is serious business, so I need you to pay attention. We're going to break it down step by step, making it as clear as possible. The bait and switch is like a trick. At first, everything in the relationship seems perfect. You meet someone who seems to be everything you've ever wanted. But as time goes on, things start to change, and not for the better. This is where the switch happens. The person you thought you knew starts showing a different side, and you're left wondering what happened to the person you fell for. In the beginning, it's all sunshine and rainbows. You meet, you connect, and you think you found the one. This stage is all about drawing you in, making you feel like you've hit the jackpot. But don't get too comfortable, because the game is just getting started. The bait and switch in a relationship is like buying a ticket to an amusement park, because the ads showed thrilling rides and endless fun. At first, everything looks fantastic, and you're excited because it seems like you're going to have the time of your life, just like meeting someone who seems perfect. But once you get inside the park, you find that the exciting rides are closed for maintenance, and the only things open are the dull, unexciting attractions. The initial excitement and promise of fun lure you in, but the actual experience doesn't live up to the expectations, leaving you wondering where all the excitement went. As you move deeper into the relationship, things start to shift. This is where that switch comes into play. The person you're with begins to change their behavior and the dynamics of the relationship. Suddenly, the person who couldn't get enough of you seems distant and uninterested. You're left feeling confused and maybe even betrayed. This switch can be drastic, and unfortunately, most men see this after they get married. For example, a woman might be all in one day, and then, out of nowhere, she wants a divorce, leaving you in the dust. This sudden change can be shocking and hurtful, and it's a classic bait and switch move. Yes, this doesn't just happen in dating. It continues into living together and even marriage. Before moving in, you might be promised a fairy tale life of constant love and affection. A hot wife walking around the house in provocative clothing for the fun and enjoyment of her loving husband. However, once you start living together, the reality sets in. The affection and passion that were promised start to dwindle, and you're left with a routine life that lacks the excitement you were promised. Oh yay, and a wife walking around in torn-up old shirts, big sweatpants, and coffee breath. Living together can reveal the harsh truth. The fun and intimacy that were supposed to be daily events become rare occurrences. You find yourself living a life that's very different from what was promised, feeling more like roommates than lovers. The bait and switch doesn't stop with personal interactions. It extends into the shared responsibilities of life together, like chores and paying bills. What was once a team effort can turn into a battleground, with one person feeling like they're doing all the work while the other gets a free ride. Moreover, when children and marriage come into the picture, the stakes get even higher. The relationship is put to the test with new responsibilities and pressures. If one partner changes their role or expectations without the other's agreement, it leads to more conflict and frustration. In marriage, the bait and switch can be about who does what in the household and who brings in the money. Sometimes, one person ends up feeling like they're doing everything at home, while the other just works outside and doesn't help with the house or kids. This imbalance creates tension and resentment, leading to a breakdown in the relationship. Outside influences, like friends, family, and society, can also play a big role in the bait and switch. They can set unrealistic expectations or pressure someone to act differently, further complicating the relationship. Her friends and family will always focus on what you need to do and never ask about what she is doing for you. Make no mistake, to aspire to greater achievements and reach unprecedented heights in life, kindly consider endorsing this video by giving it a thumbs up, sharing it with a trusted companion, and subscribing to our channel. Your support is greatly appreciated.